Hi everybody, today's Labor Day, the unofficial last day of summer, and I'm spending it getting ready for fall. And I'm really excited because it's my favorite season, and I'm doing the Rachael Ray Challenge today. As you know, I'm a fan of Rachael's, and I get her magazine. And in the July issue, she had a piece on spend one day preparing the building blocks for 20 delicious weeknight meals, fast weeknight meals. So for us, that's really 5 weeks of dinner because we really only cook 4 nights out of the week. So we're gonna get started today. I'm very excited. The first of the 5 building blocks is pulled pork. Now, the recipe calls for 2 5-pound bone-in pork shoulders. Couldn't find a 5-pound at the store, so I went with a 10-pound. It's a big roast. The cooking time is gonna vary from the recipe, certainly, but you have a Meet the Mama, it's all you need. We're going to be very basic in the way we season this with salt, pepper, a little garlic powder, really keeping it basic because the recipes up throughout the month that will include the pork will have other flavors that we'll add to it. So this is just going to be a real basic building block. From there, we're going to move on to a delicious sauce, tomato sauce. Now, the key to a fresh tasting tomato sauce, even when you're using a can, is using San Marzano tomatoes. They're directly from Italy. They are very fresh tasting, a lot sweeter than your general tomato, so good. And you really can get a delicious sauce using canned. You're gonna need 4 big cans like this. You're also gonna use some anchovies, 4 to 6 fillets, cook them down in some olive oil. It does not taste fishy. It has a very nutty taste to it, delicious in sauce. Of course, it's optional. We'll be using some olive oil, garlic, and white wine in that sauce, and it will just have a really nice, fresh taste to it. Then we're going to move on to our roasted vegetables. We've got onions, peppers, and butternut squash. Now, I prefer a Vidalia onion because I really like sweet onions. So it's really up to you what you prefer. You can use a white Spanish onion or a yellow onion. That's fine too. And for the bell peppers, again, use whatever is your preference. But today at the grocery store, $1.49 a pound. How often does that happen that they're the same price as the green? Very seldom. So I went with all red today because it's really my favorite. I wouldn't have done that if they were $3.99 a pound, which they generally are. So that's why I did all red. But you could do orange, yellow, green, really whatever your preference is. And I've got a nice big butternut squash. So we're going to cut up those all up and roast them, and then we'll separate them out into Ziploc bags. And then the 4th building block is a pulled chicken. Again, we're going to season it very basic with salt, pepper, thyme, and lemon. The recipe calls for 4 bone-in skin on chicken breasts and 4 bone-in skin on chicken thighs. We're not big fans of thigh meat in this family, so we're going to go with 8 chicken breasts. I don't think it's going to change the recipe any. Certainly we'll let you know. But the reason we do bone-in skin on is because it just gives it a little more flavor when it's roasting, and the bone will keep it from getting dried out. So the great part about that is then you can use the bones to make a stock afterwards, which I plan to do. It's not one of the 5 building blocks, but I've got the bones, I might as well do it. So I have my celery, carrots, and onion right here to make a delicious stock. And then the 5th building block is a rice pilaf. Now you're going to use a nice bag of enriched extra long or long grain white rice. We'll be using some chicken stock and a little onion. And then at the very end, we'll throw in a bag of frozen green peas. And that just gives it a nice bright flavor. The peas don't even really need to be cooked. Just delicious. So those are our 5 building blocks. You can tell everything's really basic seasonings because everything will take on a different taste throughout the 20 meals that you cook. So the recipes range from a burrito to pork fried rice to a delicious chicken watercress salad. So you're going to be using all the different building blocks for 20 different recipes. Not everything's going to be in every one, but it just really gives you a great way to get fast and easy and delicious and healthy meals on the table. So check back with us. We're going to report back weekly, let you know how we're doing. We'll post a few more videos, and we will certainly share all the recipes and all the instructions for the building blocks on our site. And happy fall. Enjoy.